What's going on, gamers? So I'm here getting ready to do this video up here in Orlando as we arrived, a few hours ago. So yeah, here's the Xbox video, right, about them just letting everything out today. The only thing positive I can say that's good for the Xbox community, that's the part that's left over, that is being forced to go to PC, is that you're going to be able to have your entire console library. Let's get the good news out the way first. That is awesome because a lot of people were worried about that, right? And I told people, guys, look, either this is going to be a full PC hybrid device or it's going to be a PC hybrid device with dual boot to play your entire Xbox console library. But they're going to have to find a way to do that to make that happen. So it seems like they went with that. But the thing is though, it's going to be expensive. It's not going to be a console because console means entry level. You know what I mean? You're on exclusives. A market that you're going to be competing against, with PlayStation and Nintendo. That's over with. So I'm not going to classify this as some console coming on the market. But I do think it's cool that you guys can be able to carry that over, but you're going to be priced out. That's the bad part about it. Now, the statement of just saying the full power of Windows PC gaming, dude, what are you talking about? What PC? You know what I mean? Every high-end PC is, you know what I mean? It's like, no, but I mean, I guess that's just all you have left, so I understand. And no multiplayer paywall. Yeah, are you going to charge online for PC? Yeah. So, but I know to some people from an Xbox standpoint, man, that's cool because they're thinking that it's a console that's not going to have no multiplayer. No, I'll pay. No. It's a PC. We got Steam on it and all that other stuff. So that's why you're going to be able to do that. And like I said, if you like the idea of thinking of it as an Xbox console and you want to go to PC and that's your world, hey, go ahead. That's your free will of choice. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you you can't do that. What I'm going to do though is still tell the truth though. You don't have to deal with it. So yeah, my thing with this full power of Windows PC gaming and a multiplayer paywall, I was like, dude, this has been the thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, that to me is just it's madness. The new Xbox platform is said to be a premium experience, and now we have some details on what it'll look like. So the new PC with an Xbox logo for backwards compatibility of your library, that's the Xbox part, is going to be a high-end cost PC machine, like a Steam box in a certain sense, with some Xbox experiences. Because here's my thing. You say there's no multiplayer, but you want to get Game Pass. So you don't have to buy games. You don't want to buy games. So Game Pass requires, is included with online anyways. I don't really see that as a point of like, oh, I'm getting on my Xbox, right? And I'm going to play these games and I'm not going to have no multiplayer paywall. I guess if you're going in an older library for a game that's online, that's cool. But if you're looking to go to get games like Game Pass, because you've been conditioned not to buy them anyways, you're paying for that Game Pass. That's my problem with Microsoft, where it's like you could have something, but the way that you do things kind of cancels it out in a way. But it's not bad that you have that there, but just remember it's a PC. But people are going to argue about that forever. Xbox is dead. Long live Xbox, as the saying goes. It is dead. No gaming platform in history has been declared dead as many times as Xbox, because no platform has been killed more times by any company. You know, yeah, Microsoft has destroyed that so many times. It's not even funny. And every time they get some miracle chance to happen again, they just screw it up and show you they just don't give a damn. Definitely now more than ever. And then, like I said, the Halo t-shirt. We don't need to go over that again. Yet live, it still does. I don't know how, unless you're trying to resurrect it with some blood magic. Microsoft itself earned itself plenty of the kind of condemning or condemnation through when you put the clickbaity aside. Owning a variety of rapid-fire strategy changes, large-scale layoffs, and disappointing price hikes, Microsoft hasn't exactly ingratiated itself to the remaining Xbox faithful as of late. Another wave of Xbox is doom declaration dropped. I mean, dude, you don't even need to say that. They're doing it for you by putting on a t-shirt. What else do you want, man? I mean, dropped as Halo was finally announced for PlayStation last week, something we knew was happening for at least a year prior. But there are still reasons to remain optimistic for the future viability of the Xbox ecosystem, even without exclusive games. Sounds like some cucking stuff, man. But I know you got to keep that position, so I get it. But I mean, Xbox ecosystem. You mean going to PC and taking the load from Steam and negative 30% to get their games so that your base can go on a lunatic delusion to imagine you have PlayStation games with some Xbox console when PC's been doing it for years? I mean, I'm sorry, but that's what that is. So going down, Microsoft's Xbox platform has more support from Japanese developers than ever. Yeah, whatever. Xbox Play Anywhere is seemingly catching on with developers at an increasing pace, and the Xbox Ally PC gaming handheld is sold out in many core markets. Oh boy, that's limited stock. That sounds like damage control. We all know there's not that many copies, and it's not going to sell like that. The Xbox platform is evolving to encompass PC gaming. I don't think it's evolving. The Xbox platform is dead, and it's begging for PC gaming. Cloud gaming is something they can have, and traditional console gaming is gone. But the latter point has left fans wondering exactly what the next gen Xbox PC might even look like. Combined with public statements and information from our sources, the form the next Xbox will take is starting to take shape. I I don't see how you can take shape when you're in the grave and buried. Here's what you need to know and prepare for in the coming years ahead. Now, what I can say is them having, Game Pass and software from the monopoly, whatever the hell you got left over. I mean, yeah, but that's just available everywhere. What we know, the next gen Xbox from Microsoft will be a curated Windows gaming PC, complete with your full native console library. That is cool. Like I said, I like that. So to Phil Spencer and them, the Xbox Ally is a beta test for the next gen console. They wanted to make all the mistakes there to get it ready for the MAGNUS. So they can magnify her for their platforms too, because she's just not going to have the support and energy from the males that she needs from that platform. PlayStation ponies, man, they got that rainbow energy. Nintendo's got the Wahoo vibrant energy, and the market's available on the go, not just on the TV. You can keep her all day over there. So Xbox CEO Phil Spencer is very happy about that and has been teasing it for years. What the next gen console will be like for Xbox, so I'm not going to call it that. As people wondered exactly how this strategy might pan out, last week Phil Spencer said that people should look to the Xbox Ally for an idea of where Xbox is headed. And we spoke to our trusted sources over the weekend to learn a bit more about what that means. And many of us have come to expect the next Xbox will indeed run full bore Windows with a TV optimized console style experience layered on top. I can put any PC on my on my TV too, and do the same thing, and have a controller in my hand. I'm just saying the console can do that. That's what you know. It's like come on, man, and cast it to that whatever, man. So as many of us come to expect, as he's saying, Microsoft decided to sideline its own Xbox handheld plan, smart move, and go to market with the Xbox Ally in partnership with Asus this year to start gathering feedback on the experience that will essentially power its next wave of console hardware, PC console like hardware. I am told that Microsoft still plans to make its own Xbox handheld eventually. I don't believe that. Along with the lines of this new planner, maybe they can try it though. They got the money, but if it ain't doing nothing for Nadella, why the hell does he care? Better get back that money. So you better not waste your time and lose money. Xbox President Sarah Bond has teased a variety of first-party Xbox hardware made in partnership with AMD. What will all of this look like though? Nobody knows. You could be Xing it out. You don't know. We are 100% looking at making things in the future. We have our next gen hardware. Remember, she says we are. So, we've been looking at prototyping, designing. We have a partnership we've announced with AMD, so that is coming. Indeed, the Xbox Ally and whatever, with its full screen Xbox experience, is essentially what the next Xbox will look like. An XPC Magnus with the Xbox logo. It's not dissimilar to the Steam OS interface in big picture mode, which allows you to exit out into full Linux at will. Linux is better than Windows and not creepy. Similarly, the Xbox FES experience will allow you to exit out to full Windows if you want to and run competing stores like Steam, Epic Game Store. It's going to do exactly what a PC's been doing for the longest. Not anything new. Indeed, you could run Adobe or Microsoft Office on the next Xbox if you choose to, because it's a PC. Where the Xbox console will differ from a traditional Windows PC is that it will feel like a traditional console out of the box. You try to say that about the ROG Ally, but it's a PC. The onboarding experience will be similar to what you get today on console, but at least you get your backwards compatibility. That's the thing that's cool, but that's a feature that's kind of been a PC thing. That's why I say that's still PC stuff. And if you choose, you can remain fully inside the Xbox ecosystem, never touching Windows itself. That's cool. I like that. I think that's a dual boot system then. Like you have like this private closed Xbox aspect, and then you boot into the PC aspect. Exiting out to Windows will be for those who want to access games traditionally not available on Xbox. Yeah, I figured so. It's dual boot, man. That's what I said. Okay, cool. Hey, that's cool. I mean, I'm not. That's cool. Including PlayStation games on Steam. I mean, that's what I can do on PC. You're not gonna, mouse and keyboard. First games like League of Legends or even classic games from GOG and the like. I mean, you can run League of Legends on a toaster, so you will be able to run PlayStation PC titles like God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, and Spider-Man on your next Xbox. I can do that right now. My PS5 Pro maxed out in max settings, and I can do that right now. My PC maxed out in max settings. I'm not waiting on some machine I don't want to be able to do that. Purchase via Steam or Epic Games. You will be able to play World of Warcraft on the next Xbox via Battle.net. You'll also be able to install practically any game that runs on Windows, giving you access to decades upon decades of content, all on a singular device. Can do that on my PC right now, but I still am not getting the PlayStation games day one, and I am not getting the Nintendo Switch 2 games. That is smell shit, man. That is not going to happen, okay? You're still going to have to get it. There is no way around it. It is still going to do what PC is going to do. You see? And you ain't getting those games, and they sell the most. Uh, Microsoft is working hard across the Xbox and Windows team to optimize the platform for TVs and controllers, bringing the original Windows in the living room vision from the OG Xbox to fruition after 25 years. Yeah, Microsoft is working hard to be morons, to me. Furthermore, thanks to the new silicon from AMD, the new Xbox will also run all games currently available on the Series XS libraries we knew already. So we kind of get this, and then all that, like any new console generation, though this is a PC and they're done in a console market, developers will likely continue supporting the Xbox uh, development environment for several years after the new Xbox drops in. Yeah, maybe charging more for dev kits is going to make you get ignored. Over time, more and more games will get next gen Xbox native version 2. I mean, it's a PC. I should just be able to just go into my settings and do whatever. Targeting the specific configuration therein, AI powered technologies like auto super resolution and next gen frame generation will boost X and S games running on the new hardware. That's cool. But developers will also have an option to target the new box directly with Xbox Play Anywhere versions and Xbox's smart delivery tech. New technology Microsoft is developing alongside the fixed nature of the hardware should eliminate a lot of the inconveniences that sometimes come with PC gaming. Things like compiling shaders, which I hate with DirectX, it's cancer. ETC, definitely with the anti-cheat stuff, get ready. You're going to be dealing with those cheaters, guys. Shouldn't be an issue on the new Xbox, for example. Microsoft is also working on additional ways to reduce Windows overheads to the benefit of all PC gamers. I don't know, Steam has done that, and then you learn from them and Linux. So now let's see what happens to Game Pass and PC Game Pass in this scenario. Well, one question that is still being worked out and Microsoft resolves around Xbox Game Pass. Yeah, is it going to be $30 because are you just going to keep that only in the Series X? Or because you're doing dual boot, you're charging people if they have that 30. Or if you switch to the PC, you only be able to use that on the PC. Or if you go to the dual boot, you're going to have that Ultimate. I would not count that out. Right now, PC Game Pass gets all day one Xbox games, just giving you guys a heads up ahead of time, including Call of Duty, for much cheaper than Xbox Game Pass Ultimate on console. So you might do it that way, but if you want that backwards compatibility for what you own, I think that's what we're talking about here, license. If the next Xbox is a PC, am I supposed to be using PC Game Pass there instead of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate? That is a good question because that's what I just answered. It's going to be exactly what you think. You're gonna have a PC experience like that in the PC world, or if you go to the Xbox one and get your backwards compatibility, that's the console stuff. You better have that Ultimate. I'm telling you, I think they're gonna do that. Right now, I'm told the current plan is for the next Xbox specifically to have no paywall for multiplayer. It's not gonna make any sense to do that because what do you need to do that for if they can just get Game Pass? I want that anyways because that's the way you condition people. It wouldn't make a lick of sense for a PC to have paid multiplayer. No, it can't. Particularly since it would create a strong incentive for players to simply install Steam instead of use the Xbox ecosystem. on that device for online games, unless you purchase a lot of games on the Xbox market, which I've purchased none for that specific reason because I didn't trust them. It remains to be seen if that plan actually plays out into reality, though. What I expect we could see is a PC Game Pass rebranded somehow. Maybe, yeah, that can happen again on the Xbox Game Pass website. PC Game Pass is de emphasized and almost hidden away underneath the three main tiers. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this deprecated in the future. I mean, it's definitely possible. Given the Xbox Game Pass Standard and Premium both now include some PC games, the idea of per device Game Pass doesn't make a huge amount of sense in a universe where Xbox console gamers and PC merge. That's the confusion that Microsoft has to clear up, but there's always confusion with this company. But we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Not surprised. What about the price, though? I mean, come on, man, $1,000 or more. Let's just be frank. In theory, the next Xbox should still be cheaper than buying the equivalently powerful gaming PC. Yeah, probably. But when you're asking for a 30% profit, which nobody in the gaming industry is doing, man, I don't know. Economies on scale and bulk purchasing deals with AMD and others will help drive costs down, buoyed by the fact that Microsoft doesn't have to pay itself for the Windows license. No, they don't. Microsoft's front loading of the Xbox ecosystem also helps subsidize costs to some degree. Sure. Despite the box being open to other stores, yeah, that's what she said. Stop spilling milk in the aisles, too. Most casual gamers, but all those ponies, man, will still remain in the Xbox ecosystem. You said they can come on in for most of their play and purchases. Many of the biggest games on Xbox today, such as Fortnite, Roblox, and Minecraft, aren't on Steam. I mean, yeah, you can just download the launcher. And likely aren't ahead in there in the future. Yeah, they don't want that. They don't want to tank their market. You can go over there. You can expect Battle.net games like WoW to also head natively to Xbox in the future as well. It's kind of watered down, but that's still cool though. Despite being available on Steam, the vast majority of Diablo and Overwatch PC players still prefer Battle.net. Yeah, because they're not going to move from that. They used to have their whole life. You're not going to move them from that. Microsoft offers developers a more preferential rate on the PC store, 12% compared to Steam's 30%. I'm told this will remain in place for developers building games for the Xbox PC. There you go. Right word. Ecosystem or PC Xbox, adding a powerful incentive for publishers to support competition in that space. However, that likely reduces the amount of subsidizing Microsoft traditionally done for its own hardware. Pretty much. Okay. I think it's fair to expect the next Xbox will be more expensive than the PS6. That's right, but it can remain the most cost-effective curated onboarding to the world of PC gaming the market has ever seen, if they want to deal with Microsoft, because they might want to do Linux and not deal with that shit. Uh, Analysis, a risky strategy with a huge potential payoff if executed well. The Xbox Ally experience is essentially the public beta test for how all of this will work today. If you dock the Xbox Ally X to a TV powered by the Z2 Extreme, you're testing the next Xbox. I mean, that to me is all like nonsense. Where the Ally's disadvantage, at least for console users, is the lack of the console library. There are more Xbox Play Anywhere, dual licensed PC and console Xbox games than ever, but the AAA publishers aren't on board with this ecosystem just yet. Increasingly, though, it'll become the default ecosystem for publishers. Yeah, crickets. Particularly if they want to support a PC gaming universe where they get 88% of the revenue rather than 70%. I could see a world where PlayStation builds out its PC app and simply puts out on the next Xbox so that they can take 100% of the cut home instead of 70% from Steam. Hey, man, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm telling you, he might be right. If you want to get something from Sony, I'm going to take him 100%. So you just have my game. Hey, do not count that out. You never know, man. Execution is absolutely key, though. The experience on the Xbox Ally isn't always the best. Weird Windows quirks like user account control pop-ups forcing you to sign in, surfacing on the Windows Phone games in the library like community features both for players and developers, and a lack of organic developer support all remain big challenges for the Xbox PC ecosystem. Things have improved immeasurably since Microsoft started taking a greater interest in this space. Too little, too late, and that's only because you lost. Windows sucked forever. Steam made it what it was, and GOG gave you that DRM freedom. As far as Microsoft is concerned, I don't give a damn. But it's unclear just just how quickly Microsoft can adapt the decades of programmatical spaghetti that is Windows to a comfortable TV first experience. I mean, sure. So, I mean, just reading all this, I kind of feel like this is more of a drag. We kind of get the idea here. We know what this is going to be. I mean, according to Jazz 2, Valve is working on its own gaming console right here. And it's going to support both PlayStation and Xbox games on a single device. Of course, because it's already on there. Xbox has the advantage of maintaining direct access to some of the world's most popular games, which, that's just this is generic stuff, as well as a kernel level anti-cheat, which can cause issues still on Steam OS and in competitive multiplayer titles. The advantages are impossible for Valve to overcome over time, though. In theory, the next Xbox will have more games, more content than any other video game device in history due to its PC. And I'm sorry, they're last place in the round. I mean, that's not really saying anything at all. You're not going to have what's most important, those Nintendo exclusives and those PlayStation games that Sony is going to hold on to for a while. Still going to have consistent money hats and still going to have games they're never going to share with PC. It's just going to be like that, you know what I mean? And when the returns are so high for graphics and rasterization, and you have to get deep into ray tracing and path tracing, nobody's going to wait a year or whatever to play on settings that are not going to be that noticeable where you have to zoom in on some digital foundry video to see. They're going to take that PlayStation plug and play experience, the Nintendo experience, the on the go, and they don't give a damn. So that's pretty much my take on this. All this other stuff I think is just kind of like dragging on to make it seem like it can be something because he's an emotional guy about Xbox. I get it. But this is pretty much it here. The unanswered questions we'll get down the line, but I don't really see what else we need to cover here. Let me know what you guys think about this. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out. Later, y'all.